No, it's the biggest, meatiest, and tastiest.
It's the all-new Italian VMT series. Now there's truly a sub for everyone.
So what's your VMT?
Join us now for the National Day Parade 2022.
Proud to be able to represent my school during National Day. I would like to wish Singapore a happy 57th birthday.
This year I'm serving as a motivator to create fond memories with my friends and to have a platform to serve NDP.
I've been joining NDP almost 20 years and I really looking forward.
I'm a professional dancer and it means so much to me joining NDP for the second time round. Let's keep being stronger together. Majla Singapura. Happy birthday, Singapore.
Coming to you live and direct to your living room. We're here at the Float at Marina Bay. Join us as we celebrate Singapore's 57th birthday at National Day Parade 2022. I'm John Leong.
Hello, I'm Dawn Tan. A very warm welcome to everyone who's joined us wherever you may be for this special birthday celebration for Singapore. A massive crowd, 25,000 people here at the platform today. A resounding show of unity, John. A sea of red and white in the stands out there. Our stadium announcer for NDP 2022, the voice of the nation, none other than William Xavier, better known, of course, Mr. X. After 2 years of scaled-down celebrations due to COVID-19, we've got a near-capacity crowd.
That's right, and since then, families have been reunited, friends reacquainted, and the floating platform returns to full capacity and full voice. Some of the folks here arriving as early as 3:30 p.m. They, of course, are the lucky ones who've managed to snag those coveted NDP tickets.
And you can, at home, you can be part of these celebrations. You can see the QR code in the left hand of your screen there. Click on it. You can see the entire NDP program today. It's going to be like you're right here with us. Now, the celebrations have fanned out to the heartlands as well, from the northeast to the northwest, southeast, southwest to central Singapore.
Let's take a look at some of the heartland sights and sounds that brought NDP 2022 closer to the people.
At the heart of courage is our fighting spirit. to conquer our fears, overcome challenges.
No matter the odds, we can stay resilient to achieve our goals, pursue our dreams with the best we have.
We stand together.
Right, let's go.
Because that's what family does.
They're resilient!
To safeguard and defend.
To put ourselves on the line. To do what really matters.
Whatever the circumstances, we will fight for what we hold dear.
We fight with the strength of our people.
Passion
and purpose.
This is the bond that unites us.
我保持健康活力的秘诀，当然是 Holistic Way。为了应付生活和工作的压力，身体需要更多的营养。爱健康就一定要爱 Holistic Way。Holistic Way 让我内外都健康。
Hey, this is it. This is where you take it to the next level. Where the turbulence puts wind beneath your wings. Puts fire in your belly. And ice inside your veins. This is where you get to be the greatest version of yourself.
夕空晴れて秋風吹き月影落ちて進むしなく思えば灯し故郷の空青が父母いかに追わす
Lion celebrates 40 years in Singapore. Stand a chance to win $40,000 worth of cash and prizes in our lucky draw.
The crazy thing about success is having to fail and fail and fail until you get there. But what happens when failure is not an option? When thousands of lives across dozens of ships and millions more back home hang in the balance?
Colonel.
It takes some mad skills, sick plays, and some crazy coordination to be unstoppable. But when only seconds tick between life and death, you want a team of experts who can take it to a whole other level.
Expert mode unlocked.
Crazy.
Dyson's laser on the V15 reveals invisible dust across different surfaces. Its most powerful suction removes microscopic dust and pet hair fast. The most powerful, intelligent, cordless vacuum.
Hey babe, have you tried the new Laksa burger? It's a new twist on the taste we love. Creamy Laksa sauce. Wow! With extra juicy, extra crispy prawn patty. All between two lightly toasted butter buns. Super show! Try, I never bluff you. The new Laksa Delight Burger. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Make some noise! Here we go, a combined musical performance by youths from secondary schools and polytechnics plus professional dancers Something not seen at NDP in 3 years. The first to take to this mammoth stage at the Marina Bay floating platform in those smart red, white and blue uniforms, the 50-strong Tanjung Katong Secondary School Marching Band.
The energy about to turn up a level now, John. Joining the stage, 60 percussionists from Republic Polytechnic, filling the air and keeping the rhythm with some serious beats. John, it is so great to finally have secondary school students back for this live performance. Last year in 2021, they were there too, but it was an exclusively virtual performance. This time, we'll see a total of over 1,500 youth participants. It includes performers, motivators, makeup artists, graphic designers as well. Lots of talent and coordination to put on a show like this, and a proud moment for these young people.
And don't forget, Dawn, behind the scenes as well, a huge team getting the stage ready, managing the performers, all to make sure the show goes off according to plan.
And my name is Joachim Gomez.
Hello everyone, I'm Siti Khalijan.
And I'm Rishi Budrani. Happy birthday, Singapore!
Before anything else, we want to say a big thank you to TK Band from Tanjung Katong Secondary School, the percussionists from Republic Poly, Zigo Festival Drum Group, and not forgetting our talented NDP dancers. And to all of you watching at home, welcome to the Marina Bay Float. Check out the crowd we have this year!
Ladies and gentlemen, 25,000 loud and proud. Let's welcome our viewers on the screen with a Stronger Together modular cheer. Let's do it one time. 1, 2, 3. Stronger Together! Oh, do you hear that?
Beautiful stuff. All right, in just a while, you will see a QR code on your screen. Scan that. You'll be able to see the entire program of the day. If not, log on to ndp.gov.sg/guide.
Now, get familiar with our program because you are in for one amazing night as we celebrate our 57th year of independence.
Absolutely. And you know what? This year's theme is Stronger Together Modular. We are forging ahead together for a strong and united future.
Now, Stronger Together also reminds us that communities, families, and friends form the bedrock of our nation, showing strength and overcoming any challenges that faces us.
Majula, which means onward, encapsulates our hopes and spirit as a nation since our independence 57 years ago, and is a rallying call for Singaporeans to strive for a better future and grow from strength to strength as we emerge from COVID-19.
You know, that is completely inspiring and extremely beautiful. The energy here is insane. Keep that energy going. Start waving your flags as we welcome our first group of special guests. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to warmly welcome our Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Mr. Christopher D'Souza, and the members of Parliament.
The crowd here preparing to welcome the first of our guests for today's celebration, led by Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Christopher D'Souza. And Mr. D'Souza, who has been serving as Deputy Speaker since 2020. He's also MP for Holland Bukit Timah GRC.
Most of the MPs that you see making their entry into the stands at the Float Marina Bay wearing red and white today, Singapore's national colours. It is so great to see this group of individuals, John, coming in after such a long time from the pandemic, to see an entry like this again after more than 2.5 years. It's amazing. We have a wonderful sense of pride.
That's right. I mean, last year we had about 5,000 people, I believe, and nowhere near the kind of reception that we are seeing right now. Members of Parliament from both sides of the aisle arriving to cheers from the crowd. And Don, you were mentioning how they've had to keep up their work throughout the pandemic. Many of them taking to video conferencing, emails, whatever it took to get the job done, working for constituents. They did it.
John, during the pandemic, the roles of these MPs came into focus as the lives of ordinary Singaporeans within their respective wards came into focus. And many felt the brunt of this pandemic as those repercussions hit Singapore's economy. And in order to cope, so many approached their MPs and town councils for assistance. They needed those practical solutions, measures that they could take to bridge their immediate needs.
A warm welcome to our Deputy Speaker and MPs. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Everyone looks beautiful. Now, here's what's going to happen. As a part of this year's celebration, Singaporeans were encouraged to make personal pledges to do better in their own communities. And we can't wait to hear a little bit about what you guys have penned out today.
Exactly. Earlier, we got the audience here at the float to write down their pledges and what they are grateful for. You can join in too by simply scanning the QR codes on your screen right now and share those messages on hashtag PledgeSG, as well as NDP 2022. Now, that's it. We promised the audience here at the Float at Marina Bay that Rishi and Siti will go among them to interview a few lucky people. So let's play a game of Spot Siti or Spot Rishi. Where are they? Siti and Rishi, can you please wave so we can see you?
Joachim, honestly, this is too difficult. This is too tough. We can't spot them. 25,000 strong here today. You guys get ready because Siti or Rishi could approach you at any time. Now, we got word that Siti is around this area.
I think she's over there, Sonia.
Siti,
there she is.
Where are you?
Hey guys, so I'm here at the yellow sector. Yellow sector, make some noise! You guys hear that? The energy is crazy. All right, I have with me here Akim. And what's your name, little one? Jensen. Jensen. Oh, okay. And he has a little message to share with us. What are you grateful for? Oh, he's suddenly very shy and unsure. But he's written it here, so maybe mommy can help.
Oh, he's grateful for loving his family.
Oh, that's really wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. Rishi, over to you.
Hey, what's up? I've got two friends here, Nicole and Nafisa from the yellow sector. Make some noise, yellow sector, let's hear you. Steady. Okay, first of all, madam, tell me what you are grateful for.
I'm grateful for the Singapore sun for never failing to show up even when my friends don't.
Your friends don't show up, Your friend is here, what? Okay, stop arguing. This is national TV, okay? Nicole, tell us, what are you grateful for?
I'm very grateful for HDB for giving me a BTO queue number.
Wow, that's very good.
And Yakun Kayatos.
Okay. You are such an amazing Singaporean. One day you can be an MP and sit with the rest of the ministers there. Yeah, how about that? Give them a big round of applause. And we got something for you right here. Siti, do we have someone on standby with you as well?
Yes, definitely, Rishi. We are ready. I have with me Mr.
Hi, Sherman here.
Okay, and you are? Maybe you want to take off your mask? Sorry?
Jason.
Jason. The name quite similar to the little child over there. Okay, can you share with us your pledge for Singapore?
I pledge for peace in Singapore.
Peace for Singapore. Don't we all? Wonderful. All right, Rishi, do you have another one?
You know, I have a young lady here with me, and tell me what you're grateful for.
I'm grateful for Singapore, cleanliness, and safety.
Do you pick up litter wherever you go?
Yes.
Well done. A present for you.
Love it,
Okay,
love it. You guys.
Sonia, throwing it back to you. Go ahead.
Incredible messages out there. We got something special for you, though.
Yeah, and I'm wondering how many viral TikTok moments have we created here for NDP already?
I mean,
that's it. We got a bunch of Singaporeans overseas. Let's find out what they are grateful for and what they want to pledge to Singapore in this very specially prepared video for us right here for our National Day Parade. Enjoy the video.
Happy birthday, Singapore! I'm grateful for my Singaporean friends here with me in Australia, as well as my loved ones back home whom I miss so much. But I'm thankful also for technology that has let all of us keep in touch throughout the whole of COVID.
We are grateful Singapore is a multicultural country, and we love everyone for whoever they are.
I'm grateful for the motivational support that my family, both here and in Singapore, have given me when I decided to become an entrepreneur and set up my own business.
We pledge to do our part to help make our community an inclusive and safe space where people are celebrated and respected for who they are.
I am grateful that Singapore has emerged a lot stronger and more resilient in this COVID pandemic time, and I'm very happy to see the Singaporeans stand so united.
We are grateful that Singapore is such a sustainable and eco-friendly country.
And we pledge to continue to promote healthy living in our community.
We're grateful for being able to find Singaporean flavors in the UK.
We pledge to be kind to everyone,
regardless of race, language, or religion.
From waving across the oceans, we are now going to turn our eyes upwards as we wave across the sky.
It is that ever-green, or should we say the ever-red time, where it's time for us to welcome our courageous Red Lions as they hurl themselves out of the C-130 and land down here at the float.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, may I direct your attention skywards? They are there in that C-130. In just a while, you will see them. Once we get word they're out, point your cameras up because they are here!
All right, so we've just gotten word that the Red Lions are out.
And off they go, Singapore's iconic Red Lions, a crowd favorite judging by the reaction here at the Marina Bay floating platform. They are back for this year's NDP, falling from a height of some 10,000 feet or about 3 kilometers. This is teamwork at its most precise and heart-stopping.
Into formation now, John. This group is made up of 9 men, 1 woman in this team today. Second Warrant Officer Shirley Ng made her first parade appearance back in 2014. She's the only woman in the Red Lions team to freefall over the float today. But this year the team has brought all this action to the heartlands as well. 24 Red Lions making the dive over Singapore for the NDP celebrations. 2 teams of 7 made the jump in heartland locations. And apart from Shirley Ng, there are 2 other women free-falling from the skies this NDP.
And everyone there hoping to get a great shot of the falling Red Lions now with their parachutes out. And they, of course, have a wonderful view of Singapore that you don't get to see every day.
Right now, just tiny pinpricks of colour. The crowd here craning their necks to spot this elite team as they slice their way through the air above us. It's great weather today, very little cloud cover. They're going to have a fantastic sight. But you know what, John? The money shot for them is when those Red Lions make their way down to the floating platform, to the promenade, and that is where they will make their landing. I mean, it's an insanely small target from the air.
Yeah, let's try to imagine how precise this team would have to be as they focus right now on the goal. There you see how small the target is for them to be able to make out and make a smooth landing as well. With the wind in their faces, the buildings, it's really no small feat.
What a view the Red Lions have of Singapore, of us, all the way down there in the Bay Area, John. That is quite a view. We are right here in the center of Singapore's premier area for hotels. Now, most of those same hotels forced to close during the pandemic since the easing of measures, though, and Singapore's borders reopening. They've thrown their doors open for business once again. They're going to have a great view. We are seeing the first Red Lion making his way, coming down. The first one today is Second Warrant Officer Ong Kasun. He's team leader, 610 jumps in his career as an elite parachuter. Here he comes into the strip right now. Perfect landing.
What a landing that was. Can't be pretty wonderful coming to the cheers from the crowd as they land. The second Red Lion now coming in, Master Warrant Officer Ng Chin Han. He's had 1,340 jumps. And I just love the way they hover over the ground right before landing. Great to see.
They know how to land in style, John. Just circling over the Helix Bridge there, coming in. Red Lion number 3, First Warrant Officer Melvin Ho, one of the more experienced skydivers here today. 1,460 jumps under his belt.
Well, speaking of experience, we've got Senior Warrant Officer Maheshwaran with 1,600 jumps. Sliding in with style.
Number 5, very quickly coming in, Second Warrant Officer Sim Chi Jin, 620 jumps. Perfect landing again, John.
We've got First Warrant Officer Po Jing Song coming in now. 700 jumps. Here he comes. Picture perfect.
As you said, John, they have to navigate their way very carefully down to this promenade. The landing strip is just meters long, so accuracy is key. Here comes number 7, Second Warrant Officer Eugene Cho with 810 jumps.
Now here we have, getting ready to come in to the anticipation of the crowds, number 8, Master Warrant Officer Leonard Tan. And I just want to say, Don, I've got exclamation marks beside the number of jumps he's had. It's a whopping 2,390.
He literally walked his way into the promenade, John. That experience all on show here at the Float at Marina Bay, and the crowd is just absolutely thrilled. Here comes number 9, Second Warrant Officer Shirley Young, the only woman in this team today with 620 jumps, just navigating her way very slowly, gravity pulling her way down to the ground. Here she comes, about to make touchdown. Perfect landing.
And bringing up the rear, Third Warrant Officer Jeffrey Heng with 1,150 jumps. The crowd all looking at our Red Lions as they enter the fray. Waving to the crowd, and the crowd waves back. How about that? What a display from the folks here at the Marina Bay floating platform, waving their flags, thanking the Red Lions for their bravery.
Standing shoulder to shoulder there to take their final applause from the crowd. A job well done. Bravo, Red Lions, soaking up all the love and admiration, John, here at the Float at Marina Bay. They are an inspiration to the younger generation.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our senior parliamentary secretaries, mayors, ministers of state, and senior ministers of state to this evening's parade.
There you see more of our members of parliament and political office holders entering the arena, all decked out in their red and white. I just love the variety that they come dressed in, Dawn. It's red and white, but in many different shapes and forms.
Well, it is a day to show your creativity, your sense of fashion, perhaps. Lots of different styles on show, but you know, more than that, lots of smiles, John.
Real mood of celebration here at the float. You can see that in the way the MPs and political office holders are soaking in the atmosphere. You can see that in the crowd as well. What a sight.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us at the parade today are our senior ministers, cabinet ministers, and deputy prime ministers.
There you see Culture, Community and Youth Minister Edwin Tong, Singapore's chief cheerleader, as the country blazed a trail across the SEA Games, ASEAN Para Games and, of course, the Commonwealth Games.
And also standing beside him, Dr. Tan Si Leng there, our Manpower Minister, who's done a great deal to help the workers of Singapore during this pandemic. Right behind them, a whole host of familiar faces waving the Singapore flag. Health Minister there, Ong Yi Kang as well. Education Minister, Mr. Chan Chun Sing, and of course, right there at the back, a very familiar face from the Multi-Ministry Task Force as Mr. Lawrence Wong there.
That's right, Mr. Wong, the leader of the 4G, very big role fronting much of Singapore's pandemic fight, from managing COVID measures to rolling out assistance for the most vulnerable. Senior Minister Teo Chee Hian, himself a senior stalwart. Defence Minister Ng Eng Hen, of course, had a major hand preparing this National Day Parade.
He certainly has had a major role in this year's NDP 2022. And don't forget, this is the last time that the National Day Parade is going to be held here at the Float. It's going to be NS Square at some point soon.
Our former President, Dr. Tony Tan Keng Yam, and Emeritus Senior Minister, Mr. Goh Chok Tong. Let's give them a warm welcome.
There's Emeritus Senior Minister Goh Chok Tong there. He spent 44 years as a Member of Parliament, over 10 electoral terms. And of course, former President Dr. Tony Tan Keng Yam there.
A warm welcome to our ministers here today. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for all the love here today in the crowd. 25,000 people strong. It feels so good to be gathered here today.
You're right, Sona. And not only that, but for the first time in 2 years, we are all going to sing together. Sing to our heart's content.
Leading you through some familiar national songs, we have the Island Voices on stage. Right, Rishi?
That's right. Give them all the love and support you can. Presenting the Island Voices. Enjoy.
I want to sing a song for Singapore. You're my brother, you're my sister. I'm thankful for my Singapore.
that's the way that we would be forevermore. Every creed and every race has its role and has its place. One people, one
nation, strong and free. 1,000 different voices sing in harmony.
我从来都不在乎自己不是一个大人物，因为平凡也是一种幸福。看到命运总是忙忙碌碌，我的时间由我控制，平凡日子一样会充实。
Anak kambing saya yang makan daun talas.
Liba muneri என்றும் தொடுவனோ பூவாய் தெரியாது காரிருளில் ஒளிரும் விண்ணீரே.
Dream away, take a world by the hand, 'cause tomorrow's here today. Let's reach out for the skies with wings. We soar up high. Our dreams will all achieve. Let's soar and reach for the sky. This is my country. This is my flag. This is my future. This is my life. This is my family. These are my friends. We are Singapore, Singaporeans.
This is home, truly, where I know I must be, where my dreams wait for me, where the river always flows. This is home, surely,
And my
as
friends
my senses tell me.
This is where I won't be alone.
For this is where I made it home. We did it before, and we'll do it again.
Please give a round of applause to the Island Voices and our performers, including the MDC dancers. Now, please rise and welcome our Prime Minister, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong.
The arrival of Singapore's third Prime Minister, Lee Hsien Loong, to the Float at Marina Bay for this year's National Day Parade 2022. The crowd waving their flags. They're taking the oath of office July 27th, 2020, after winning the general election of July the 10th, held during the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Lee was sworn in for his 9th term of office.
Now, this is Mr. Lee's 18th year attending the National Day Parade as Prime Minister. And the song you hear in the background typically accompanies his arrival. It's the voice of Karine May singing Song for Singapore, a song first commissioned as the official theme for the 2010 National Day Parade.
Good evening, Prime Minister. It is really good to see you. Now, we're moving on to the next segment of our National Day Parade 2022.
And that includes the total defense display and, of course, the parade and ceremony.
Absolutely. You know what? We're also celebrating NS 55, that's 55th anniversary of national service here in Singapore.
This is an amazing because I myself am what you call a MINDEF reserve. So I've completed my NS liabilities. What about you guys? Sonia, you finished already?
I'm a reserve in a sports team at school. That's about it.
All right, folks. It's the best way to commemorate our brave men and women by showing you our total defense display. Enjoy.
As part of this segment, pyrotechnics and blank ammunition will be used. Please remain seated.
See such fun.
And the dish ran away with the spoon.
Good afternoon, Task Force Commander, sir.
Good afternoon. What is the situation now?
The Police Coast Guard has detected hostile forces entering our waters. Headquarters updated that they could be part of a larger force coming our way, sir.
How many forces are there?
There are 4 of them right now.
Let's keep monitoring and see if the situation worsens.
Roger, sir. Ma'am. Sir, you have orders from headquarters to proceed with mobilization. May I have your permission to proceed?
Mobilize our units now.
Roger, sir.
Navy to Task Force Commander. We have identified hostile forces entering Singapore territorial waters.
Roger. Dispatch Republic of Singapore Navy assets to investigate.
Look to your right as intruders on jet skis enter Marina Bay. Closing in fast on the intruders are the combatant craft medium vessels from the Republic of Singapore Navy. These highly maneuverable craft can quickly execute changes of direction while chasing down intruders at high speed. Working closely with the Police Coast Guard, the Republic of Singapore Navy watches over our waters 24/7, keeping our maritime lifelines safe and secure. Watch as they give chase and apprehend the intruders.
Republic of Singapore Navy to Task Force Commander. Intruders neutralized.
Roger that. Good work. We'll receive new orders to defend our homeland from further aggression. Republic of Singapore Navy, stand by to insert naval divers into the area of operations.
Roger. Inserting naval divers into the area of operations.
Coming in fast into the Marina Bay is the CH-47F heavy-lift helicopter from the Republic of Singapore Air Force. With advanced avionics and improved cargo handling capabilities, the CH-47F provides the SAF with a robust lift capability for a wide range of operations. The pilot is flying with great precision, hovering just 3 meters above the waters to execute the helocast operation. Elite frogmen, our naval divers, are trained for maritime special operations, including underwater security operations, underwater explosive ordnance disposal, and maritime counterterrorism. The naval divers are now infiltrating the area of operations. Ladies and gentlemen, watch as our naval divers make their re-entry from the stage in front of you. True to the motto of the Naval Diving Unit, nothing stands in their way.
Republic of Singapore Air Force, this is Task Force Commander. Stand by to secure the airspace above the area of operations.
Roger. Scramble F-16 to secure airspace.
Look to the skies as we see 4 F-16s from the Republic of Singapore Air Force approach Marina Bay. Our F-16s will fly past each other at close range, showcasing precision and team excellence. Presenting the Double Shackle.
Task Force Commander, this is the Republic of Singapore Air Force. Airspace secure.
Excellent work. Singapore Army, this is Task Force Commander. Stand by to conduct precision strikes in area of operations.
Roger. High mobility artillery rocket system ready for deployment.
On the promenade in front of you is the High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, also known as the HIMARS. With its precise firepower and enhanced responsiveness, the HIMARS is capable of engaging multiple targets on the battlefield. Watch as our HIMARS simulate the execution of a long-range precision strike.
Republic of Singapore Air Force, this is Task Force Commander. Stand by to conduct airstrikes.
Roger. Fighters en route. Time over target. ETA 10 seconds.
Look to the skies as our F-16s reappear above us. This time, the pair of F-16s will simulate a bombing run over the Marina Bay area. Watch as they showcase their maneuverability by executing a high G combat turn. Two F-16s will now simulate the exit from the bombing run by executing a vertical climb. Also their way of wishing Singapore continued progress and prosperity above all!
Task Force Commander. We'll send an army and air units to secure a swift and decisive victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, look to your left as two AH-64D Apache Longbow helicopters are about to approach the Marina Bay airspace. The Apaches are one of the most formidable attack helicopters with a wide array of weapon systems. Equipped with an advanced targeting system, the Apache can outsee, outmaneuver, and outshoot their adversaries in day and night conditions. Watch them showcase their aerial agility as they perform the Apache combat attack maneuver, simulating an attack on their targets. Following closely on land are our Leopard 2SG main battle tanks. In operations, our Apaches and Leopard 2SGs work hand in hand to detect and destroy a wide range of land targets. Our L2SGs will now perform an assault on their objectives. Entering from the left of the promenade are our Hunter armored fighting vehicles. The Hunter is Singapore's first fully digitalized platform and is designed to provide our armored forces with enhanced capabilities to operate more effectively on the battlefield. The variants you see in front of you are equipped with anti-tank guided missiles capable of taking out other armored threats. Watch as they will now demonstrate their firepower. Entering the promenade are the Terex infantry carrier vehicles. These vehicles provide infantry forces with enhanced protection, mobility, and firepower in the battlefield. Watch as our infantry troopers exit their vehicles. Keep your eyes on them as they move out the gallery in a tactical formation, simulating the securing of an objective. Our infantry troopers are equipped with the SAR-21 assault rifle and are wearing the new load-bearing system. The load-bearing system is a modular load-bearing and protection vest designed for better heat dissipation to allow our soldiers to be more effective on the battlefield. Entering from both sides of the promenade are our light strike vehicles. Watch as these highly maneuverable vehicles perform a high-speed crisscross maneuver in front of you. In addition to their mobility, the light strike vehicles are also equipped with weapon systems to destroy enemy targets. Watch as they will now simulate the firing of their anti-tank weapon systems. Always ready, ready to strike.
Sir, all threats neutralized. Mission accomplished.
Good job, thank you.
Everyone, please give the SAF a big round of applause for that thrilling display. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is the NDP 22 Parade and Ceremony segment. This year, we welcome back the military tattoo and marching contingents from the various uniformed groups and the social and economic groups. Kick-starting the segment is the military tattoo led by band conductor, military expert 5 Stephen Tan Eki, and band drum major military expert 2 Mohammed Hafiz bin Amran, and senior staff sergeant Mohammed Faisal Banjui. The military tattoo is formed by the combined band from the SAF and SPF bands. The virtual marching bands you will see on the screen are formed by students from Yishun Town Secondary School, Swiss Cottage Secondary School, Yu Ying Secondary School, and Bukit Panjang Government High School. And the virtual choir is formed by students from Fuhua Secondary School and Kent Ridge Secondary School. Also joining the performance is the SAF Silent Precision Drill Squad.
Some 1,300 participants from 36 virtual and physical contingents make up this year's parade and ceremony. And kicking things off is the military tattoo. You're gonna hear them perform some familiar tunes this evening. Let's see how many you can recognize. And contributing to those numbers, the return of the physical youth, social and economic contingents.
As if performing and playing in tune together weren't enough of a job, John, the band beginning to form up the outline of the Heartlands. Also turn your attention to the screens, the large screens at the back of this stage, this mammoth stage. Part of the novelty of this stage setup is the multimedia aspect of it. There is the virtual band there joining in as well.
the voices now of a virtual choir formed by students from Fuhua Secondary School and Kent Ridge Secondary School. The combined band transforming to show the words of I love SG and home, signifying the love of our nation, a place we call home.
If there's one thing to look forward to at the NDP, John, it is the precision and dexterity of the silent precision drill squad of the Singapore Armed Forces Military Police Command. This team is known for tossing their rifles, doing those quick rotations, confident hand movements. You just saw that just now, a popular crowd favorite.
And if you look closely at the screens behind the stage, you can see students of the virtual band forming the words NDP 22. The skills and talents of performers in this combined military band perfectly underscores the strength of our nation.
The Parade Regimental Sergeant Major for National Day Parade 2022 is Master Warrant Officer Kelly Yeo Kai Kiet, Brigade Sergeant Major, 5th Singapore Infantry Brigade. The Parade Regimental Sergeant Major will now call in the parade.
Boys! Sunday! Yeah! 住了，三家到，baik, dari kiri dan kanan, cepat jalan.
Marching in from both sides are the 3 SAF contingents from the Army, Navy and Air Force, together with the Singapore Police Force and the Singapore Civil Defence Force.
Joining the march in on stage now, our social and economic groups, followed by contingents from a number of our uniformed youth organizations.
Got used to connecting with co-workers and loved ones in cyberspace during the pandemic, meeting people virtually. It's become part of our new normal. And so also with us, we have the virtual contingents from the socio-economic sector standing shoulder to shoulder. And together they represent our resolve to defend our country.
Russo, Sanja, Gagana low. Loose.
Ladies and gentlemen, the parade commander, accompanied by servicewomen from the Women Police Pipes and Drums from the Singapore Police Force Band, will now take over command of the parade from the Parade Regimental Sergeant Major.
The parade commander is taking charge of the parade right now from the Parade Regimental Sergeant Major. Today, the parade commander is Lieutenant Colonel N.S. Desmond Fu Yun Jie. He's accompanied by servicewomen from the Women Police Pipes and Drums from the Singapore Police Force Band. And they, of course, have been around since 1972. These musicians are also full-time police officers, and they performed not just in Singapore but overseas as well, including Indonesia, Japan, and Australia.
John, you mentioned 1972. Well, back then, the Women Police Pipes and Drums Band, it was formed with a pioneer group of just 30 women. And as you mentioned, they are known around the world for their talent and often invited for official occasions.
Kehormatan, masuk baris. Sir. Baris, hormat panji-panji. Hormat, senja. Ha.
Kawalan kehormatan dari kiri, cepat. Lan.
Marching onto the stage now, 36 regimental colours. The colours party comprises ensigns who are commissioned officers. They are escorted by specialists or military experts. Colours Regimental Sergeant Major is Military Expert 3 O Kok Siong, Regimental Sergeant Major, 1st Combat Support Hospital.
Marching in now are the 3 state colours. The colours are escorted by the 4 Guard of Honour contingents. Those contingents today proudly formed by the Singapore Army, the Republic of Singapore Navy, the Republic of Singapore Air Force, and the Singapore Police Force. You're looking at preparations now for the presidential gun salute to the right of the floating platform. We now see the soldiers from the 24th Battalion Singapore Artillery on board the M3G raft. It's moving into position to fire the salute. The raft is operated by the crew from the 35th Battalion Singapore Combat Engineers.
Some history for you about the meaning and significance of colours. They're awarded to units in recognition of their achievements in the field of combat, training, administrative efficiency and service.
Kawalan kehormatan, ke dalam lu, Bruce.
Kawalan kehormatan, pandang ke hadapan, pandang.
Kawalan kehormatan, hormat maju-maju, hormat senjata.
Baris Russo, senjata. Baris Senang Day, free.
This year's parade also commemorates 55 years of national service. The parade is led by Parade Commander Lieutenant Colonel N.S. Desmond Fu Yun Chie, Commanding Officer 328 Singapore Combat Engineers. Ladies and gentlemen, the parade will now pay its compliments to our Prime Minister, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong.
Baris Sede, here.
The Prime Minister of Singapore, Lee Hsien Loong, there, making his way to the podium to receive the compliments from the parade. Last year, as he walked these steps, the Prime Minister, as well as most of those taking part in the parade, they'd been masked as part of pandemic safety measures. A very different sight today.
Hormat Perdana Menteri, hormat senjata. Baris Russo, senjata.
It's been just 4 months since the Prime Minister addressed the nation about the new normal in the battle against COVID-19. Now, even as we crest one wave, more challenges have emerged. The rising cost of living and increasingly complicated geopolitics both warranting mention in the PM's National Day message. But just as Singaporeans are stronger together during the pandemic, so too for the storms of tomorrow. The PM's expected to elaborate at the National Day rally.
Baris Senang Day, free.
Next, let's welcome the virtual choir comprising performers from SG Enable, Voices of Singapore Children's Choir, Boon Lay Secondary School Choir, Manjusri Secondary School Choir, the Graduate Singers, and the Combined Special Education Choir. They will perform the National Day 2022 theme song, Stronger Together. Ladies and gentlemen, let us show our appreciation to the performers of the virtual choir by giving them this huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and welcome the arrival of our President, Madam Halimah Yacob.
President Halimah Yacob arrives for the grand occasion in traditional red and white, the colours of Singapore. It's the 5th time she's attended this event as Singapore's president. She is also the first female president in Singapore's history.
Boris, Hormat President. Hormat, Senja. Ha! Senja! Ha!
Ladies and gentlemen, approaching show center are 5 F-16s from the Republic of Singapore Air Force, led by Commanding Officer 140 Squadron, Senior Lieutenant Colonel Lee Mei Yi, the first female fighter pilot to lead the salute to the nation. Here's her message for Singapore.
Good to see you, Singapore. Happy 57th birthday. Majula.
Now get ready for a spectacular bomb burst in a salute to the nation. And here they come!
Madam President, the parade is formed up and ready for inspection, ma'am.
Our President will
The President now getting ready to inspect the parade. And you hear there, as a mark of respect, the 25-pounder guns positioned on the M3G raft that is firing in salute to the President.
This is also known as the Presidential Gun Salute, the highest honor that can be conferred, normally reserved for the head of state. Now, the salute is fired from a weapon known as the 25-pounder. You can clearly hear, even at home, the power of those cannons. Each time they fire, it is loud. Fired from open waters to bring the action closer to the audience here. The salute honors the President in a formal way while she prepares to inspect the Guard of Honor contingents.
The President stopping to speak to a soldier. It's a proud moment that this young man will not forget. No small feat to stand at attention for lengthy periods in this heat. These military men and women very familiar with the rigors of training and discipline.
The President's unhurried inspection of the troops is a courtesy that she bestows on the Guard of Honor, who has invited her to review the contingents. The tradition made more significant this year as we celebrate 55 years of national service. Since the introduction of NS back in 1967, generations of national servicemen have served with unwavering dedication, pride and strength to keep Singapore safe and strong. Our families, employers and the public, they've all supported our national servicemen and women so that they can serve with peace of mind.
Those guns continuing to rock the floating platform. From the earliest times, people have used noise to express joy or to show honor, as seen in acts like the display of fireworks. And when modern artillery came along, it was then possible to do this in a more formal way.
That 25-pounder, John, it was named after the weight of the ammunition, in fact. That ammunition weighs about 11.34 kilos. That's about 25 pounds. The weight of the blank is just minute, 0.454 kilos. It's just gunpowder, really. The gun only fires blanks now. It's unable to fire live ammo. The caliber of the 25-pounder is 87.6 millimeters, and that cannon, it's heavy, 1,800 kilograms in weight.
Madam President, we have the permission to proceed with the very event.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's wave our flags for our president.
Cheers and applause for President Halima from the audience. And of course, during the pandemic, Madam Halima, a steadfast supporter of our healthcare workers and caregivers, those were very well known. She's praised their resilience and tireless efforts to protect the most vulnerable among us.
The crowd waving, flags high, smiles from the crowd, and a good wave back from the President as well. What a sight to see. Singapore's diversity on show as well, John. Young and old, side by side, a rare chance for this crowd here, 25,000 people strong. A chance to get to see the president up close and in public for such a treasured national celebration.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Guard of Honor will now execute the Feu de Joie, or Fire of Joy, to celebrate our nation's birthday.
Kawalan kehormatan akan tembak Feu de Joie. Isikan peluru. Home. Tembak. Isikan lagi. Home. Tembak. Isikan lagi. Home. Tembak. Kawalan kehormatan datang senja ha. Kawalan kehormatan rusuh senja ha. Madam President, may I have your permission to present a salute to our NS men, and thereafter march off the parade, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, our president will now take her seat.
Senang deh. Free.
If it's not for this whole NDU experience, I wouldn't have as much resilience as I once had.
Going through a lot of tough trainings, there's always one person smiling.
That's so true. You do everything together. It's like a family.
It builds that bond that I know that I'm not the only one.
I see national service as a call to citizenship duty.
You have to understand the purpose that's very clear. Because if you don't know why you're doing this national service, then no amount of motivation can help.
Before we had Esther, it was you serving in NS. I was also serving in my capacity as a doctor. After having a baby, things really changed. Yeah, it definitely got difficult at times, especially with a newborn baby, and I was postpartum and we had to go back to reservice. I really learned that we're all serving national service here.
Trust between the pilots and the ground crew is very important. We rely on seniors and the older generation to actually guide us and to train us to be better Air Force engineers.
The guy that launching me is most probably a 20 years old NSF. When he launched me, my life actually depends on him. Without this trust, if this trust is broken, it's very difficult to get the job done.
We call it forging our tribe.
Yeah.
My mom wanted me to be a police officer. She actually wanted to work as a police officer, but she couldn't. I ended up going to the police, and that also fulfilled her ambitions through me. I enjoy what I do during my NS and reservists.
If he needs to go for the NS leave, this is something that we all have to support. Knowing that the next person is operational ready, that's very, very important to me. The moment they get activated, we have to let them go. We always will have somebody on standby to take over.
Sister Dini, thank you for finding people to cover my duties when I go for NS.
Thank you for serving the nation.
When he got the letter from CMPB that he's enlisted in SCDF, he was very happy because he wanted to be a firefighter. Slowly I guided him what it's all about in SCDF. I'm very happy because it's a very meaningful NS appointment.
He's a role model to me because he shows some good example. I can look up to him. So every time when he at work busy, then go back home, he spend time with me, my family.
I'm proud that you're doing all this just for our family. I want to be like you actually.
Okay, done. I'm always by your side.
Ladies and gentlemen, in commemoration of NS 55, we would like to invite all national servicemen, past and present, to please stand and receive a salute from the parade.
Standing up to receive a salute, standing up to receive the crowd's applause, but at its core, standing up for Singapore. What a moving show of appreciation for our national servicemen. And for the men standing up at home, we see you and we offer a deep thank you from us and the nation.
Hormat NS men! Hormat Senja! Ha! Paris Russo Senja! Ha! Kawalan kehormatan diam. Yang lain julang senja. Ha! Paris akan berjalan keluar dalam masa cepat. Kawalan kehormatan dahulu. Kawalan kehormatan ke kanan. Yang lain ke kiri dan ke kanan po. Sing!
The Colours Party forming up for the march past with the 4 Guard of Honour contingents now. Colours have a long history. They date back to the early 17th century. Some history for you about why colours have significance. They originated as a form of identification in battle. Unlike colours today, which bear a state or regimental crest, these early flags were rudimentary banners of a single colour, hence the term colours.
You know, colours became a source of morale and pride for soldiers. Men were inspired to keep fighting when they saw their flag flying high. And because of their symbolic importance, capturing an enemy's colours was considered a great honour, while losing one's colours was a severe humiliation. Hence, a group of soldiers, the Colours Party, was assigned to protect the colours whenever they were brought into battle.
John, today colours are no longer carried into battle, but they are still retained in modern armed forces. These are symbols of tradition and glory. Colours also bear the badges that commemorate the achievements of the regiment. The colours also help to promote cohesion, esprit de corps, and instill in the men of the unit a sense of pride and loyalty.
as the march past goes across the floating platform. It is protocol for the spectators to stand in respect of the contingents, and also perhaps a show of appreciation for all the hard work that they've gone through in preparation of this National Day Parade. And leading the march past is the parade commander, Lieutenant Colonel Desmond Fu Yunjie. He's the commanding officer, 328 Singapore Combat Engineers. A lot of hard work has gone into this role today. The responsibility of leading the parade together with Master Warrant Officer Kelly Yo Kai Kiet, Regimental Sergeant Major of the parade. Following behind, 36 regimental colours of the SAF together with the colours Regimental Sergeant Major, Military Expert 3 Oh Kok Siong.
And coming up is the Army Guard of Honour contingent formed by the men from the Best Combat Unit, 1st Commando Battalion, led by Contingent Commander Major Louis So. Marching just behind the 2nd Guard of Honour contingent is the Navy Guard of Honour contingent. It's formed by the men of the Naval Diving Unit, led by Contingent Commander Major Cheng Chin Bun.
The 3rd Guard of Honour contingent is the Republic of Singapore Air Force contingent formed by the men from the Air Power Generation Command, led by Contingent Commander Major Benjamin Koh Su Meng. And finally, the 4th Guard of Honour contingent is the Singapore Police Force Training Command contingent, formed by the men and women from the Police Training Command. And they're led by Contingent Commander Deputy Superintendent of Police Raymond Chua.
Great view of the entire stage on your screens right now as the contingents begin to make their way to the promenade. Marching now, our uniformed services, formed by the Army, Navy, Air Force, Singapore Police Force, and Singapore Civil Defence Force. At first, we have the marching contingent formed by the Army, led by Captain Ryan Fushi Hao and Captain Xiao Jingyi.
Next are the contingents formed by the Republic of Singapore Navy, led by Military Expert 4 Kwek Hong Hai, and the Republic of Singapore Air Force, led by Captain Neo Chen Ting. Coming up, the contingents formed by the Singapore Police Force, led by Assistant Superintendent of Police Andy Lim Kian Wei, and the Singapore Civil Defence Force, led by Captain Elvin Su Guojie.
Following behind, the social and economic groups. First, the contingents from National Trades Union Congress, led by Sanjeev Kumar Tiwari, and PAP PCF, led by Yip Hon Wei. Next up, the contingents formed by Semcorp Industries Limited, led today by Valerie Koo, and Keppel Corporation, led by Max Heng today.
Close behind, the contingents formed by Singtel, led by Wong Wei Yong, and OSIM International Private Limited, led by Samuel Cheng Su Chu. Next up, the contingents formed by Grab Holdings, led by Iskandar Abdullah, and One Team Singapore, led by Christopher Chia K. Yong.
Following behind, the various uniform groups, leading them are the contingents formed by the National Cadet Corps, Land and Sea, led by Cadet Lieutenant Darius Yang Kai Xiang. And for the National Cadet Corps, Land and Air, led by Cadet Captain Chia Chi Tiang.
And you saw there the contingents formed by St. John's Brigade, led by Corps Staff Officer Grade 5 Vincent Bong, and Singapore Red Cross Society, led by Cadet Officer Eric Lim Tia Ren. There you see NPCC, led by Honorary Inspector Siddiq Amshar Shalan, the National Civil Defence Cadet Corps, led by Cadet Lieutenant Nazatul Amira Sarangan.
And next, the contingents formed by the Girls Brigade, led by Warrant Officer Ang Yipin. And Boys Brigade, led by Cadet Lieutenant Xiao Zhewei. Now, ending the contingents from the uniformed groups today are Scouts Association, led by Venture Scout Ignatius Lee Jun Wei, and Girl Guides, led by young adult Patricia Iza Binti Abdul Rahman. Proud day for these young people.
Lastly, providing the marching music for this evening's parade is the combined band. And they're led by band conductor Military Expert 5, Stephen Tan Ek Ki, and band drum major Military Expert 2 Jash Chua Keng Hui. And there you see Senior Staff Sergeant Mohammed Faisal Banjuri.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we move on to the next segment of this year's National Day Parade, we would like to provide you an update on Red Lion 3rd Warrant Officer Jeffrey Heng. We have received word and confirmed that thankfully his condition is stable, alert, he is conscious, and he's currently receiving medical attention. Sir, if you're watching this right now, the entire nation, we wish you a speedy recovery.
Loud applause there for our fallen Red Lion. A speedy recovery
As
indeed.
part of this segment, pyrotechnics and blank ammunition will be used. Please remain seated.
Multiple network intrusion attempts have been detected.
This seems like a coordinated attack. Alert the agencies immediately. We must not let them into our system.
On it!
Most of the threats have been mitigated. However, one intrusion attempt may have been successful. We are still investigating.
emergency responders from the Singapore Civil Defence Force have arrived. Leading the response are the fast response bike and the light fire attack vehicle, also known as the Red Rhino. Swift and nimble, both vehicles are often first to arrive on scene during emergencies. Entering the promenade is the pump ladder, commonly known as the fire engine. It is the backbone of our frontline response against fire and rescue incidents. The emergency medical service have also arrived to attend to the casualty. The fire bikers trained as emergency medical technicians have started stabilizing the casualty. Concurrently, the ambulance crew are ready to evacuate the casualty. Using the Operational Medical Network's informatics integrator on board the ambulance, our paramedics are able to provide real-time updates of the casualty's condition to the hospital. All firefighting assets are now in position. Watch as they come together to extinguish the raging fire. A new threat is formed as a result of the fire. A hazardous gas leak has occurred. Emerging from the gallery are the unmanned firefighting machine and the pumper firefighting machine. Remotely operated, these machines allow our responders to contain the hazardous gas threat from a safe distance. Look to your right, arriving on scene are the hazmat mitigation vehicle and the utility buggy. The hazmat mitigation vehicle transports our hazmat specialists and their equipment to the incident site, while the buggy enables swift evacuation of casualties. The unmanned machines have started their operations to disperse the hazardous gas. Watch as our hazmat specialists tackle the gas threat. The gas leak has been successfully mitigated. Well done, SCDF.
Guys, you got see this news about the active shooting in Singapore?
Active shooting?
Breaking news. Eyewitnesses have confirmed that a few gunmen have entered the building. At the time of the incident, multiple gunshots were heard around the area. We also have reports that at least 10 civilians were inside the building. Officers from the Singapore Police Force are responding. We will bring you more updates as the situation unfolds.
On hearing the gunshots, the in-situ reaction team IRT from the Singapore Police Force have been activated. While waiting for more reinforcements to arrive, the IRT negotiates with the hostage taker to stall for time. Arriving to reinforce the team from both sides of the promenade are the Ground Response Force and Emergency Response Team. The next tier of responders will now advance forward with a tactical assault. Watch as the Special Operations Command's armed strike team completely overwhelm the remaining gunmen. One of the gunmen has left behind a suspicious package. Making its way into the promenade is the remotely operated vehicle, or ROV, used by our Army's Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit. Watch as the robot investigates and neutralizes the suspicious package. The EOD operator has given the all-clear sign. The coast is clear. Please give the Singapore Police Force and the Singapore Army a big round of applause.
This is breaking news.
The base in what experts described as how perfect storm.
Officers are responding.
Entering the promenade is a combined task force comprising the rapid deployment troops and fast response car from the Singapore Police Force and the peacekeeper response vehicles from the Army Deployment Force. They have been activated to block the hijackers from proceeding further. Turn to your right as the hijacked bus races onto the promenade. Coming in hot pursuit, our elite troopers from the Special Operations Task Force. You may want to cover your ears as they're about to make an explosive entry. The hijackers have been neutralized. Watch as our special forces hand over the hostages to the Army Deployment Force, who will escort them to safety. Hostages are rescued and all threats have been neutralized. Well done, SPF and SAF. Everyone, let's give our SAF and home team a huge cheer for that fantastic display. And now, Singapore, are you ready to celebrate NDP 2022? Are you ready to party the night away? Then, here we go!
Every great story must have a beginning, and this is our chapter 1. This is the life, the rise of Singapore, the metamorphosis from mudflats to metropolis, the story of us.
And spinning the tunes tonight, DJ Tink, a successful homegrown DJ who's balanced career with caregiving. She's a proud mother of one.
The creative heart and genius behind what you'll be seeing, hearing and feeling in our show. None other than veteran actor Adrian Pang. Buckle up at home. Right now we are on a roller coaster ride back to the carefree days up to 2019.
The celebration here at the Float spreads across the island. No one left out in this celebration of society.
And back on stage, the talented cheerleading team from NUS reaching high into the night sky.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, bass.
The beat now even reaching the aisles of your local supermarket.
This is no ordinary shopping run, John. That's what every store needs, though. A disco ball, of course. What's happening on the massive screen behind the stage, it is all part of the beat for tonight's performance. This chapter's musical medley spans the past 6 decades, charting the soundtrack of our lives through the generations.
You know, it's quite overwhelming looking at that wonderful view of the stage, the coming together of lights, music and dancing, which is now spreading to the vortex of the heartlands.
Hey! Play some more, we want to dance.
John, a huge roar of appreciation from the crowd for the aunties. Move aside, kids. Let these ladies show you how it's done. If you at home are not on your feet already, what is stopping you?
Will you look at that, fireworks lighting up the night sky here at the jewel of the city that is Marina Bay floating platform, the first salvo of the night. And I tell you what, it's a promise of plenty more to come.
What a start to the show. What a ride. Performers holding nothing back on the stage, John. And we remember 2019 well. It seemed like the music could go on and on until it didn't. It all stopped because of this. The deafening silence of 2020.
What happened, young man? Bato where? Bato because Bertrand is it? For what, sure, but we have to send you for x-ray to check your lungs. We're going to take care of you, huh?
Eric, you remember everything from class? Anything not sure, just ask me, okay?
Yeah, okay, nurse.
You know I'm not a nurse, right?
Then, last time you working?
I was a dancer.
Dancer?
Yep.
Maybe you can dance again soon, huh?
I don't think so, Tariq.
It's fun. How to say? You never know.
Not soon, anyway.
It's fun. You never know.
Well, when it happens, I'll be sure to invite you.
Hi. Are you Mr. Che's daughter?
Yes. Oh, this is my brother.
Hello.
Is our dad in pain?
His breathing is labored, but the increased oxygen will stabilize him. Mr. Che, your son and daughter are here.
I'll be back a bit late tonight. The kids okay? Okay? Bye.
A single healthcare worker. She came to symbolize the struggle of the nation and all the people we needed the most. Our frontline heroes who stepped up when we needed hope the most.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you rise again. Lift your head and look around. You will be found. You will be found. There's a place where we don't have to feel unknown. And every time that you call out, you're a little less alone. And if you only say the word, from across the silence, your voice is heard.
The call to action heard by our shining beacons, bringing hope to homes where there seemed to be none. Our frontline heroes brought light to Singapore. The call was answered.
Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you reach up and you rise again. And if you only look around, you will be found. You will be Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need someone to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you reach up and you rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You'll be found.
A tribute to our unsung heroes and unseen angels, out of sight but never out of mind, as they steered Singapore through the storm of the pandemic.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Stylo. Going to work.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you find the folder? And you fill in your password and your login right there.
It's under 理解
Breakfast.
理解应用. I uploaded it last week.
Still cannot.
Still can't. Did you change your password?
I didn't change anything.
What did you do to Mommy's computer? Where's my folder? Can you please ask back? It's chasing me.
妹妹，来婆婆这边。来，好啊，先起孙，嫁起和。
哦。哎呀，啊妹妹。
啊，你嘴 plastic。
来，给我。
你那把按照看了？
李莲说应该还 OK 吧。我现在比较担心的是心仪。
Sorry, give me a moment. Have you checked your password? Is it this one?
Yeah, sure. 那跟个安尼做，这一摆会 OK。
After breakfast, we see how you feel, then we do some simple exercises, okay?
Do you know, I used to be a swim coach. 5 km, 10 km, no problem.
It's okay. We'll try again tomorrow, okay? Slow and steady. You'll get there.
How's your father-in-law?
Andrew says he's stable.
How are you feeling? Gotta take care of yourself too.
My first two, no morning sickness. This one, all day nausea.
Are you too nauseous to hold a stabilizer?
How come so fancy? Must use stabilizer.
To keep their attention.
Okay. Cameraman ready and action.
Okay, so today it's time for you to finish up your paintings. Now pay attention to the details in terms of colors and brush strokes. Look at the textures, especially when you're working on the bark, right?
妹妹替哥哥，替，对，来给我，来妹妹接，啊，好，替给哥哥。
啊，婆婆，好累了。
你才玩5分钟就累了。
And right. Up to the left. And stretch.
...2022 is the year of celebrating families. Now a tribute to all kinds of families through good times and bad.
We are a symphony. Can you hear us sing? Not one but as one, standing together as we dream. We are a family. A million faces through the years. Every story, a voice, we are stronger, we are here. Looking back, it's hard to believe how far we've journeyed. When it once was too big of a dream, it's now our story. But through all the joys and the pain, this one thing hasn't changed. Come rain or shine, our family will remain.
are a family. A million faces through the years. Every story, a voice, we are stronger, we are here.
It was late last year that I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. After my surgery, there were many sleepless nights wondering whether the cancer had spread. It was these nightmarish moments that my family gave me the courage to face up to my cancer.
On top of my age, I have to take care of my bedridden mum and my husband who has dementia. Thankfully, my sister who lives in Australia kept her promise. She packed up and moved back here to support the family. She allowed me to spend more time with my grandchildren whom I missed so much during the pandemic.
Pulling the plug for the wedding was really hard to do.
I would find myself feeling sorry for ourselves, but we don't regret anything.
We ended up having a humble ceremony in our living room with our families by our side, which was special in itself. Now that we are about to start a family of our own,
our thoughts are on each other and the little baby boy we're about to welcome into the world.
Growing up, my dad was seldom around when I needed him. That left a hole that I desperately tried to fill throughout my adult life. I spent too much time at work that I began to neglect my own family. After this difficult realization, I enrolled myself in the Dads for Life movement. Today, we put a spotlight on families. They bring us love, show us care and concern, give us their commitment, and respect us for who we are. Families remind us that we are not alone on this journey.
Everyone, stitch on your heart drums! No matter how far apart we are, we're still together. Wave them in the air! Beneath the moon and the stars in the sky, where the heart that beats is one. Show your love for your family! Can you hear us sing? Not one but as one, standing together as we dream. We are a family, generations through the years, sharing aspirations, sharing all our dreams. We are a family, generations through the years, sharing aspirations, sharing all our dreams.
What a way to celebrate families who are definitely the heart of our communities. And now we celebrate the soul of our people through our arts and culture. First up, performing the hit single from the 1988 musical Beauty World. Give it up for original cast member Jacinta. Ladies and gentlemen at the float, raise your heart drums and clap along as we cha-cha-cha.
Here's the old dance band. Here's where she'll meet her man. Here's where they both will fall in love under moon and stars up above. Beauty world, cha cha cha. Beauty world, cha cha cha. Beauty world, cha cha cha. Cabaret, 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 cabaret. Beauty world, cabaret, beauty world.
Serenading us with a classic Getaran Jiwa is our national treasure, Rahima Rahim.
Getaran jiwa melanda hatiku, tersusun nada irama dan lagu. Walau hanya sederhana tetapi tak mengapa, moga dapat
right, Singapore, keep those heart drums beating as we present our next song, Singai Nada. We have with us the singer and songwriter himself, Shabir. Let's start beating our heart drums to the beat. Let's go, Singapore.
Singapore, you feel me? Come on, clap along now.
You know her, you love her. She is skirt Thai icon and legend, Liu Ling Ling. Make some noise.
大家好，今天是国庆日，大家一起唱，一起跳，一起嗨！一人一半，感情袂散。一人一首歌，感情才会久。时光点滴，怎来珍惜？用心去追，爱那么可贵。这样的人，这样的真，无非我等着回你眼神，为爱翻滚，不计过程，甘心为你一生都认真。这样的人，这样的真，谢谢你心里感到感恩。就算天人，就算天人，却为了与你一起相存。一人一半，感情袂散。一人一首歌，感情久久久。Abang-abang semua orang Singapura, we would like to wish you Happy National Day. Majulah Singapura!
A tribute to the arts, a continuation of this chapter's passionate theme of family, community, and togetherness.
Yang kosong 2 telur ah. Okay.
Bro.
Hey.
Hey, how come so much? Wrong order is it?
Second bag for Sharifah and the small one is for you.
No need ah.
Then give me back.
No. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Whoa! Sarah! Hey, Neil. Kak, present dari Alvin.
I'll message him later. Thank you so much. More? How many pallets left? How many more pallets?
2 more.
2 more. Okay.
Sharifah, today I got 西瓜.
Who's going to cut?
Me, samurai.
Okay, faster, but don't cut yourself. Jangan terpotong tangan.
Mak, Uncle Ais panggil.
Uncle Ais.
rice. Le hobo.
Got dry ration.
Dry rations, got all this fresh food. Ho liao le, le anjua mai, biang pai se. Go to mo.
Tapi no one cook for me.
We can cook for you. My children can cook for you.
I'm joking. Auntie Bibi wants these boxes. You keep for her.
爸，当然帮刚料搞完了矿人，心里要生的，我们家要不要来？每个人都很想你。
哎呀，我关心会无聊了。
爸，最后呀，爸。
哎呀。
有没有不舒服
？Walking。
You know, VP 说我们不需要那么早去 report 的。
You mean after I start getting heavier, right?
再2个星期我们就 stop. Okay. Please.
我会 take care 的 Promise.
Singapore needs to take quick action to dampen the increasing likelihood of an exponential rise in COVID-19 cases, the Ministry of Health said on Monday. Health risk warnings will be sent out to people linked to current clusters, requiring them to be tested and to self-isolate.
I know you all are a bit nervous, but don't worry, okay? Trust your training, all right? I need you guys to look after each other, and if any one of you is accidentally exposed, don't panic, okay? Just follow the protocol. If you do all that, plus all the safety measures, you will be fine.
And so the fight began for survival against an unseen, tireless enemy. It was a fight we could not afford to lose.
My people, we've been here before, generation after generation. Just as pressure makes diamonds, our struggles make us who we are. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get back up after the fall. And when the time comes for us to fight, you're gonna hear the city roar.
The strains of our battle cry, amplified by the high-octane riffs of the electric guitar played by Elaine Koo. Warriors, one and all, regardless of background, united in purpose. Marching in step ahead of the charge to meet the unseen foe. This is an army of lions forged in the hottest of fires.
We stand together, no matter the stormy weather, we carry on. Times like these, we're one voice, a few million strong. So I say to you, stand up every time you feel like giving up. Stand up in the darkness, ready to greet the dawn. Stand up as the sun rises in the early morn.
The fight on stage, it's not just about our fight against the virus that blew a hole through our lives in the past 2.5 years. It's the fight against any adversity, any challenge that we face as a people now and in the future. Arm in arm, we jump, eyes wide, together.
Lion City, make some noise. I go by the name of Sugar Shay. Use your heart drums. Tonight, we beat as one. The stronger the fight, the harder you fall. We hit you could take it. We standing up tall. We've been through it all. My people, we ready again. Fail 9 times, get up on 10. This is our city, we in it to win. Here we go now. Destiny yours, keeping it moving, we stay in the course. End of the light, straight from the source. Years of the grind and we done pay the cost. Stand up, harder to breathe. Gotta believe in what we can achieve. Heart on my sleeves, read in between. Look at the vision, now what do you see? Stand up, gotta be strong. Never giving up in times of defeat. HDB streets, where I belong. Lion City, heart is what I'ma keep. Stand up, no time to sleep. Taking a dive and we going in deep. Gotta have faith, favor the brave. This ain't a jump, but we taking a leap. Taking a leap. Jump, 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 jump. Stand up, harder to breathe. Gotta believe in what we can achieve. Heart on my sleeves, read in between. Look at the vision, now what do you see? Tell me what you see. Stand up, destiny yours. Keeping it moving, we stay in the course. Ain't got nothing to lose. Stand up for our city, my Jula, Singapore. Singapore. 6'5", 6'5", Singapore. Lion City, Singapore. 6'5", 6'5", come on.
It was time for our warriors' voices to be heard, and what a resounding cry it was.
This job with aircon? I'm terrified.
I have rehearsal tonight.
Okay. Looks like you're stuck with me, Peanut.
Okay, one last set, Uncle. After this, we arm wrestle.
Don't malu. Those two old men loud. Okay.
Oi! Ma, apa ni? Tak form ah. Kau lah. Apa kau tak ada kau bully aku, ha? Eh, where is Mo?
Hey, hello.
And here they are, the real people, the real lives of the brave ones that Chapter 4, The Fight, was inspired by.
Our healthcare workers bore the brunt of it all, the blood, sweat, tears, the sacrifice over and over again. They were there.
Our teachers as well, a big thank you to them for helping the kids get through.
Our social workers and the selfless acts of volunteers without whom our most vulnerable wouldn't have pulled through.
And the soul of the nation, John, the arts community, one of the hardest hit, but there is nothing like a live performance. Watching artists give it their all.
Are you having a good time? I know you are. Now hit those hard drums and sing along with me. Everybody, loud and clear.
We light our fire, we'll find our way. And time heals all things, a little day by day. Everywhere that I go, see the people I know, all the faces young and old. Let the spirits broken, hear the words unspoken, still more stories yet untold. And I'm grateful still for the sun that shines, spirit, heart and mind so clear. And I'm finding ways, doing all I can to be bigger than my fear. And with every breath I take, I believe we are right through the night, where the light into the morning after, through the wild endless light, and from the flames we will soar forever. We will rise, rise, we will rise, stronger together.
Look behind you as we have surprises coming down your way.
Grateful, faithful, ignite a spark. May our deeds define us, and our words remind us, all for one and one for all. Now the road ahead.
And from the back of the stage, here they come, 57 red and white inflatables. Singapore's 57 years of independence, 57 years of challenge and opportunity. The peaks and valleys, the ups and downs, literally carried on the shoulders and the backs of us all.
Hey Singapore, we've gone through some crazy times, but moving into the future, as long as we help one another, we will always rise up stronger together.
A symbol of reinvention, renewal and rebirth as we face the future together.
Singapore, it's been 2 years since we dipped into the national level. So wherever you are watching us from, enjoy this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Float, I invite you now to rise as we celebrate life in the present and look confidently to the future.
The sports theme and the youth driving the performance on stage, building up to this, honouring our elite athletes. Team SG, many of them involved in back-to-back competitions, representing the country, recently returning from the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham.
Together with determination, trying like we
Performers on stage parting now to make way for the colours of Singapore. The red and white of our national flag, held by 100 or more hands. The crescent moon and 5 stars spreads across the entire stage.
And you would be familiar with it by now. The red symbolizing universal brotherhood and equality. The white signifies pervading and everlasting purity and virtue. The crescent moon representing a young nation on the ascendant. And the 5 stars stand for the nation's ideals of democracy, peace, progress, justice, and equality.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we recite our pledge and sing our anthem together.
We, the citizens of Singapore, pledge ourselves as one united people, regardless of race, language, or religion, to build a democratic society based on justice and equality, so as to achieve happiness, prosperity, and progress for our nation. Mari kita rakyat Singapura sama-sama menuju bahagia. Cita-cita kita yang mulia, berjaya Singapura.
Our President, Madam Halima Yaakob, will now take her leave. Please put your hands together and wish her a very good night.
Well, it's time for the President to make her exit from these incredible scenes of joy and celebration that you at home have shared with us here tonight at the Float at Marina Bay. The raw emotion on display on the faces of the crowd here, as you would have seen earlier. You know, ever since replacing the National Stadium as an NDP venue, the float has become iconic in its own right. It's got a special place in our hearts, and especially for all those here tonight, this is the final time the NDP celebrations will be performed here. A swan song, if you like, for NDP, but there is a new exciting journey ahead for this space.
Back in 2017, John, the Prime Minister, announced that the float at Marina Bay would be redeveloped into NS Square, a permanent space that will feature an NS-themed gallery, community sports facilities, a new public waterfront promenade. There's lots in store, exciting times ahead. Akan datang.
And as is customary, the President offering her congratulations and thanks to those on stage. Months of hard work and toil from all present, and being honored for their effort. Hearty congratulations as well for our Team Singapore athletes.
The President showing her appreciation for the contribution that these young people have made tonight. She's a big supporter of youth empowerment in Singapore, John. She's advocated growing more opportunities for them, to develop a culture for youth to give back to society. We witnessed so much of that giving during the pandemic. Young people of Singapore coming up with all these novel and caring ways to do their part in the fight against one of our biggest challenges. The President recognizing that contribution.
And the people on stage also doing their part in rousing the nation, not just on this National Day, but as we prepare for the continuing fight to come. We are stronger together.
A final wave to the crowd before she makes her exit. Our President.
Singapore, you have been absolutely beautiful tonight. Performers, everyone, let's send the crowd home happy. When we say stronger together, you say Majula. Let's do it 3 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Stronger together. Stronger together. Stronger together.
Wow! What an incredible experience here today with 25,000 people together here today.
That's right. No, we've had our fair share of challenges and we might have more coming ahead.
But we embrace the future with hope, gratitude, strength, and courage because we are indeed stronger together. But you know what? For now, you guys, get your energy ready because for one final time at the float, we want to say Happy Birthday, Singapore!
The atmosphere here is electric. It's an emotional audience, John, captivated by the story of us, the story of Singapore. A spectacular show filled with heart, soul, and promise.
We've come to the end of this year's NDP, and what we've seen tonight has been a reminder of the greatest test the nation has seen in modern times, and the Singapore spirit it took to pull us through, despite the pandemic still testing us today.
And the fight doesn't end here, John. We soldier on. May this be the dawning of a new era, indeed, of solidarity, compassion, respect, community. Each of us doing what we can, not only to survive, but to revive our little red dot.
And our little red dot as well. A country for everyone, regardless of background, regardless of ability. What a night, Dawn. What a celebration. What hope and promise as we move forward together. For now, from me, I'm John Leong.
And I'm Dawn Tan. Thank you for sharing this special night with us. For now, it's good night and goodbye.
Everywhere that I go, see the people I know, all the faces
This program is available on demand for free on MeWatch. The National Day Parade 2022 was brought to you by the following partners.
We're stronger together.